Did you interact with Sachin a lot?
Not a lot. Again, someone who kind of is distant, but again. Here's someone who is very different to Viv, because Sachin's a much more
Introverted,
quieter,
yeah.
introverted person, but also because people who know him better. I don't know him very well, and I never have claimed to, but I always remember this, Cyrus, very fondly. 2009, Sachin completes 20 years of playing international cricket. Now his management decides that on that day, with a few journalists, they will do one-on-one interviews. Now, access to Tendulkar was a very difficult thing, especially 2009. If you think back, this is like the peak of his he's at the second half of his career, but he's a legend already. Now, if you get access to Tendulkar, it's a very rare thing. And so they said, it's in Mumbai. I used to live in Delhi. So I get a call saying, he's available for these interviews. You'll get 10 minutes. Are you coming down? I said, yeah, I'm coming down. The only problem was my wife's 9 months pregnant at the time. So my baby's due at any time. It can, we can have the baby at any time. And I didn't want to miss that, obviously. But I said, okay, let me take the decision. So I fly from Mumbai, from Delhi to Mumbai, and I reach and I kind of finish this interview and with Sachin. And as soon as the interview finishes, I switch my phone on very quickly and just check what's going on. And he says, what's going on with you? We kind of have this little tiny conversation. And I told him this is the situation. He said, why the hell are you here? You should not be here at all. Thankfully, I managed to rush back, get back in time, and didn't miss.
So you got Tendulkar as well as your son's birth.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Got both, and Tendulkar also was very aware of the fact, is very aware of, in a very real way, of the impact he has on people and how important he is to people. Now, Cyrus, you would have noticed this. You work with celebrities all the time. You're kind of a celebrity yourself. They have this thing about getting done with their commitment for the day. Tendulkar was an athlete with Adidas. And we went to this German town called Herzogenaurach, which is Adidas headquarters.
Oh, you remember the name?
Yeah. And at the time, Tendulkar, we were invited, just two of us were invited for this interview with Tendulkar back in Herzogenaurach. Now, this place was because he wanted to test his new shoes, and he also wanted to talk about the weight of his bat with the designers, all of that. So we did all that, and then we did the interview. After the interview was a meet and greet with all the residents and people of Indian origin from there.
Oh, Indian origin.
Lots of people of Indian. I was surprised at how many there were. Maybe people
were everywhere.
Maybe people came from other German towns because they knew them. Yeah. And Cyrus, I was blown away by the decency of the man. He knew that the 5 seconds that he spent taking a photo with someone on stage would probably be the centerpiece of their house, right? And I've seen many cricketers just brush people away, scowl in these photos.
Name them.
Come on.
Give me 5.
I've seen many.
Really?
Yeah, they just don't, they want to get it done with.
Right.
Tendulkar patiently did every picture. Every one of them. I think it was because of the realization that in these 10 seconds, the guy is getting a memory, or the person is getting a memory they will savor for a lifetime. Because they will not have access to Tendulkar ever in their lives. And he did every one of these. I think it took a good 90 minutes. He didn't move from that stage. He did every one, said thank you, and moved on. And even today, he retains that sort of innate decency. I think it comes through in everything that you see him do.
That's a big deal. It's an Indian thing also not to do it, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely.
To some extent,
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you were walking on the road, will Sachin recognize you and say, hey, Gaurav, what's up? Kya haal hai?
I hope so.
Oh, kaizala?
I hope so. The last time I met him, he did say hello. Yeah. So, I hope so. But, now I'm graying and olding. And
I love it when the famous people call you by name. I just feel for a second we're like brothers, And then, of course, they go in their BMW 7 Series and take off and we go find rickshaw.
A lot of people are happy when Cyrus Brocha calls them by their name, right?
That's just people I owe money to. Let's focus more on, because we can't put everybody in. I'm trying to think of who would be the right 5, 6 that we could fit in here.
Yes.
So in that same era, we had Anil, we had Sachin, some of the same era, exactly the same era.
Yeah.
Rahul.
Yeah, Rahul, I've had more interactions with over the years.
He's also media friendly, right?
Yeah, but very, very cautious in his early years when he was playing cricket. And I think he was so. I remember we were doing an interview here in Mumbai, and we finished doing that, and it was one of those sort of brand, alignments. So the brand was present at the interview as well, and we finished doing the interview. And Rahul told me after that interview that, listen, none of this, and this is at the peak of his cricket, none of this should go out unedited. It should go out completely unedited.
So he wants it start to finish the way it was.
So because he felt like in television interviews, context was lost if you cut this.
I think that's a fair point.
Yeah, and I said fine. That's how we'll play the interview start to finish. However, when news television, we had these scrollers running, right? So we sent the interview and so I sent a message to him saying interview will play at this time and some scrollers will be running. He immediately called me fully angry, saying I have been very clear, no scrollers must run. No scrollers must run.
Really?
Because the interview must not lose its context.
Yeah.
And obviously, and when he was in a sort of stern kind of way, you felt the sort of his anger come through. Over the years, he really.
What did you do, but?
I took the scrollers out.
Oh,
yeah. Took the scrollers out, ran the full interview as is, and he sort of simmered down. But and then Cyrus, I actually hosted his farewell when he retired from international cricket. Anil was at that. Anil Kumble and Srinath were running the Karnataka Association.
Right.
So I got a call from Srinath saying we are looking for someone to host the final day, his farewell event from the KSCA. So I get up on, that's one of my most cherished memories as a sort of broadcast professional, whatever you want to call it, going up and hosting the event where all of the Karnataka greats were present. His wife was there as well. The whole family was there as well. And such is the family, and how, that his mother, who's an artist, had a prior commitment. So on the day of his retirement, she didn't come for the felicitation because she had to travel elsewhere. And I sort of hosted this wonderful event. All the greats were there: Erapalli Prasanna, Syed Kirmani, GRV, all of that, and on stage. And he told these stories, and he had really eased up. This is 2012. He had really kind of that sort of almost concern for what is going out from him had really come down. And the last one was at the Paris Olympics last year. He came to Paris to do a event, and I was moderating the event. And in the middle of the event, Cyrus, he felt very hot because Paris was burning.
But he sweats a lot.
There's a panel going on, and we're sitting, and he said, this is very hot. He gets up. There's a huge crowd there. This is in a location in, there was an India House location. It was a huge crowd. He gets up. He's wearing kind of this very heavy suit and he's sweating. So he gets up, removes it, and there's hooting, and people are going crazy, And one of my co-panelists, he turned around and said, "Are we going to get a Dada moment here?
Yeah.
Are you going to take your shirt off and swirl it?" And he was just like this beetroot, embarrassed because doesn't like the attention. But it was hot, and I said, towards the end, I said, it's a day of it's Instagram, time of Instagram. Why don't you let that shirt also travel into the audience? He said, "Oh no, that's not happening." But yeah, lovely man. Everything that you hear about him being a good, decent.
Also, confirm one more thing that I hear about him, which is that he likes to, when he travels, or when he travels now as well, he loves to explore places on his own.
Yeah.
He just walks around on his own. He takes his camera, as does Anil Kumble, takes pictures, and he enjoys and eats up the entire world around him, unlike many others who don't.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been on these travels because we are not friends.
Yeah.
I don't get invited into these rare circles of traveling with him, etc.
After you didn't listen to him when he said, "I want the full interview." I mean, come on.
Yeah, but and reads a lot.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that through the time, in fact, used to be a voracious reader. I always remember when I was in one of my jobs, he was one of the sort of regular panelists on a thing. And he always had a book with him, things on other than cricket.
Self-help books and things like that.
I think a lot of sort of books on. I remember philosophy and things like that. He's a deep reader. I think that helps. Cyrus. You get so consumed, and sometimes one of the sort of learnings I've had, or at least observing these people, is that if you are obsessed with cricket, you become a slightly boring person. And that's all you can talk about.
What do
That's
they of cricket know?
all,
Only cricket know.
Yeah, whereas so many of them have interests outside of cricket, which actually helps them develop and mold their personalities. Because they live in this bubble. It's hard.
You start believing your own myth
sport.
also, right? If you just stay
Exactly
there.
right. You do start believing your own myth. But when you open yourself up to other things, and then you get insight into the world in other ways, then I think it just rounds you off as a person.